welcome back to another farming simulator video, and today is going to be a little bit random. I had planned to do a video on the finances of the BGAs that come in Pumps and Hoses, but there are some bugs with that at the moment that Creative Mesh are working on, so we're not going to do that yet. It's not worth it. So I want to do some experimenting with some mods and Pumps and Hoses. I don't know if any of these are going to work or not. I've not tested them. I have some theories as to whether they might or not, but we're going to find out. And rather than me testing it and then coming and telling you what does and doesn't work, we're going to go along for the ride together. So I'm going to start off by putting down a fermenter for the Pumps and Hoses BGA. We're also going to stick in a cogeneration plant. This guy is very bugged. You'll get 10 times the payout you should. There we go. And then a methane torch. And that's what I'm going to put in for now. So I don't know if this will work. If we go into the production bit, it does tell us that we need a bunker. So it may or may not work. What I'm going to try and use is, if we go into silos, I have the silo storage and distribution mod installed, and so this is a production that behaves like a silo and will hopefully let us set things like silage to distributing. So if we put that down, and because I'm on PC, I'm going to use easy dev tools to fill these up for testing. This should work on console as well, I imagine, apart from you not having easy dev tools to cheat things in. So I'm going to go inputs and just fill out input. Oh, there we go. So we have lots of stuff, including stuff that we really don't need. But what I'm going to do is scroll down to silage and set that to distributing. And we may as well do manure and slurry. And do we have cut sugar beets? Be amazed if we don't. Sugar beet cut. So that's all of the elements that can go into the fermenter. This won't distribute until the hour passes, so let's speed up time a bit and see if it sends anything into the fermenter. It did not. Okay. Or did it? Looks like maybe it did. Yeah, it sent silage in. Cool. So did I set the others to be... I did. I set them to selling. God, I'm a dumbass. Fill level. All right. Let's try that again. So sugar beet cut to distributing. Silage is distributing. Distributing. Let's try that again. I'm not going to activate it yet. I'm just going to see if it will completely fill them in the first hit. Which it has. Awesome. Can we enable it? Step 1. And leave that distributing across the biogas plant because it will send it to the power plant. Let's speed up time a bit. That is working. Let's turn that on. Because I guess we're... What are we missing? Okay, so that's full. That's not got anything because that's full, so interests. Can we set that? If we set in here. Where's digest date? If we set that to selling, and then set this to distribute, that should send the digest date on the next hour to the over there. We might need more storage. That works. So, test number 1. You can use a distribution silo to feed your fermenter. And what that seems to do is bypass the limits on how much you can put in, because with the fermenter it has a limit per minute of how much you can put in. So, test 1. That works. DJ might have done something like this. I'm not sure. Let's demolish everything. Because the next test involves my mini BGA. So if we go back into productions and stick down this guy, and then we're going to stick down this guy. It's not going to let me. Okay, we might have to frig this a bit. Put that down. This down. And then, can we demolish that? So yeah, I'm kind of winging it. No, we need to have the fermenter there. Okay. Put that there. Okay. Now got the power plant. But we're going to try and feed it from my BGA. Again, this is all stuff you can in theory do on console if it works, apart from this step. So I've filled all of those. We'll just run silage for now. And what I'm going to do is set the methane to distributing. And that will set to selling, and that will set to selling, because I don't want them to back up any of the processing. And what I want to see is if we can send methane to here. So we'll just jump ahead time a little bit. Go. And we can. Why would you want to do this? Because this turns 1,000 litres of methane into 9,000 kilowatts of electricity. So that means you're going to earn a lot more money, even when it's not broken. So if we enable that, hopefully we will see the methane transferring into the power plant and then being sold as electric charge, which will increase its value significantly. I'll just let this tick over and then I'll go and grab the numbers. Yeah, so that's working. That's very cool. I'll be back in a second. So I had to quickly open up my spreadsheet. So for every litre of methane that you put in, you're getting 8.5 kilowatts of electric charge. That is an increase in selling value of about 6.5 times. So you'll get about 6.5 times as much from selling the methane this way as you would from just selling it normally. I mean, you don't get a lot of methane from most of the processing, so that's not amazing. And this thing obviously cost us £900,000, but yeah, that works. Let me add something else in. So back again, added in 2 more mods. This is yes, all experimentation. The first one, because now I'm thinking we need something that produces more methane. Where is it? There. So the first one is the industrial BGA that I have, because I can't remember if that has any processes that produce a lot of methane. I think it did. There we go. There we go. Silage and slurry is producing 400 litres of methane. That's going to generate you a lot of, excuse me, a lot of income. The other one was from the methane pack. And I need to spot it in the bottom. This is not a mod pack that I've used before, so I don't know how it's going to work. I can't actually see it at the moment. There we go, BGA methane pack. Need more land. Bung that down. Okay, so it's not producing huge amounts of methane. This is probably a better option. Yeah, so they should work in theory. If we, well, input, I'm just going to do, why didn't that film? Because I did NPC owned instead of current trigger. Silage. Is it silage and slurry? Yep. Slurry, and if we activate that one and set the methane to distributing and the electric charge to selling and that to selling, then we should end up sending quite a lot to the power plant. So if I speed up time a bit, we might even end up with a bit of a bottleneck, because that's a lot of methane. We can hold a lot of methane, so that might not be a problem. What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to stop that, let time progress, and see where that goes. So actually, if I stop that as well, there we go. All right, so that sent 500 litres of methane to the cogeneration plant. So if I speed up time again, used it because it uses it quickly. So it's going to be a bit of a bottleneck potentially, because it's going to do 500 litres every hour by the looks of it. But that sort of works. That sort of works. And that's pretty much everything that I had thought of so far to test. I was going to have a look at in the modular BGA pack, there are these liquid manure stores. Actually, we'll test it while we're here. As to whether you could use one of these to send slurry into the fermenter. Sorry, words. So that's full now. So if we set that to distributing, it's going to send it to a lot of places. Let's get rid of some of the clutter that we have around. Sell that one. And sell that one. And that should send some slurry into here. Did not send slurry into here because I need to enable. Is that doing funny things with fill types? It is, isn't it? Yeah. Okay, so we can't use that one. So it's not just a store anymore that it used to be, which is a bit annoying. It looks like it's changing the fill type in both of those. So, yeah, we can't use that one. Okay. But that's no. We could use still the... And there are probably others about. We could still use one of these little tiny silos. Stick that down. And fill level. Find the liquid manure. Wow, this holds a lot of stuff. There we go, slurry. And then we can find that in here. The second part of the list. That's a distributing. We'll get rid of this guy, which is a real shame. And hopefully on the hour, that will come across. Which I think I've already tested. Yeah. Yep, so that works. So, summary, I guess. What have we learnt? We've learnt that you can feed a fermenter without a bunker from a silo that distributes. That's cool. We've learnt that you can feed the cogeneration plant from another BGA that can distribute. There are a few of those. Mine do. It looks like the one from the methane pack does. And I think there are some others. But you do need the fermenter to be there for the cogeneration plant to work, and you might find that it acts as a bottleneck. If that's the case, then, and you want to do this, you could also add in from the mini biogas plant the refueling station, because that acts as a store for methane. I can't actually remember how much it holds, but that will store methane for you. So you could do that, and then you could distribute from that into the cogeneration plant. Yeah, that's the experimenting over. I hope you found this interesting. It's not my normal style of video. It's a bit less planned, a bit more chaotic. Yeah, I was just really wanting to explore different bits of the BGAs because I like BGAs. So if you found it interesting, click the like button. If you've got comments or suggestions, throw them below. If you're new to the channel, subscribe. If you're part of the 1% and you're still here, just go away. Yeah, and I'll catch you next time on Farming Simulator.